Hello again. This is PPMS John, as I'm known in some circles, but this is part 6 of my story with primary progressive multiple sclerosis. And I entitled this one, I'm Fighting, because I really am fighting this disease as hard as I can. And I know it's been 5 months since my last video, but between fighting this disease and trying to stay spiritually active in my congregation, I haven't had a whole lot of time to do anything else and a whole lot of energy. Um, but because of this fight that I've been doing, I've actually improved my balance. And even though I'm declining, I'm still declining physically. I'm adjusting, and with the rest of my body. And at least I've improved my balance, I should say, for about 15 minutes at a time. If I push myself past that point, I could end up paying for it for the rest of the day. But if I do 15 minutes at a time, 15 minutes, and then take a break and stuff, I found that I could actually do that repeatedly throughout the day, a certain number of times. It depends. It varies. Um, Now there are times I still need to use an assistive device. For instance, I took a tour of the Watchtower Farms, which is where Jehovah's Witnesses do their printing work. It's a large facility, so I needed to be in a wheelchair. They provide wheelchairs, and my wife pushed me around in the wheelchair. There was no way I was going to get through that walking. It'd have been too long of a walk. I hate that, but you got to swallow your pride, and I still was able to enjoy myself. It was really amazing what's able to be done with voluntary contributions and volunteer workers. Now I'm not the picture of coordination even in that 15 minutes. I still have times where I stumble and hurt myself or something. I have battle wounds. Here's one right here on the top of my head, right there. That's I got up too fast one time and just you stumble and hit your head. My hands are also uncoordinated. I was changing the oil in the snowblower, getting that ready for winter, and just your hands slip. You're trying to do something with a wrench, and you put a little pressure on that, and your arms go somewhere. I don't know how to stay coordinated. I have no idea. I haven't figured that one out. But those of us with MS, we feel like we are in a war, and our enemy, which is an MS, is very, very strong. And he makes us feel terrible. He causes us a lot of pain and discomfort. I think the pain is kind of underrated, the aches that we go through. He makes us feel tired, uh, makes everything more difficult, always like we're carrying a huge weight with us. And because of that, he wants us to get depressed and to feel worthless. So that's the fight we have, and that's what all of us with MS go through, whether it's progressive or relapsing. It's a constant fight, physical and mental. But there are things we can do to help us in our fight. And that's why I'm going to make a new video series here on YouTube, describing some of the things that I have been doing to help my fight with primary progressive multiple sclerosis. And these things most of them can also be applied to relapsing. Um, but this is things I'm doing personally to help fight my nemesis, and I think that others could benefit from it as well. It's no miracle cure. I still feel like crap a lot of the times, and MS is a very, very strong enemy, and there are times and days where I'm not able to be productive, and but I have found that changing certain things in my life, it has helped my overall health. And when you help your overall health, you can maybe get just like a little smidgen of energy, where you wouldn't have had it before. And that smidgen might be enough to help you do something productive. And that might be enough to get you up, and so you're not laying down all day or sitting down all day. So anyway, the things that I have been doing to improve my overall health and to fight MS in particular are number one is resting correctly. And I'm going to make a video just on that, just resting correctly, because it's something I've had to learn in the last 2-3 years, of how to take care of my body, because we get tired, and even though we're tired and sleepy, we don't really sleep that well. People with MS, we're in a lot of, we have a lot of aches and can't get comfortable, and so you don't sleep very well. So even though we're laying down a lot, it's not always, or sitting down a lot, it's not always proper rest. So that's one thing I'm going to talk about, is getting proper rest, letting your body repair itself and heal itself. Also reduced chemical exposure. And a lot of people are going to think I'm automatically talking about food there. And I am talking about food, but I'm also talking about personal hygiene products and stuff that we put right on our skin. Um, and of course, diet, that's going to take me a while to explain everything that I'm doing with my diet, things that I've taken out, things that I'm now eating regularly that I never thought I would have been eating regularly. I gave up some things that I really loved, but those are all things that were detrimental. And exercise, yeah, exercise, swimming and stuff like that, and what I'm doing to improve my core, to improve my balance up. We've got to make a video about that as well. Uh, I know people with MS are going to be like, what? How are you exercising? And believe me, I know it is terrible and hard and like torture. But you have an alternative. If you don't exercise, you know what's going to happen to you. You're going to get more and more immobile, and things are going to be a lot more difficult for you. It's going to be harder for you to stay productive if you don't exercise. So you have to weigh your things. Can you go through the torture to stay productive? Also, the supplements that I've been taking various supplements. I've done a lot of research on this stuff. Like I said, not miracle cures by any stretch of the imagination, but if they can help you a little bit can go a long way. Getting enough vitamin D through sun, if you live in a warm climate or during the summer, and I live in Ohio, so right now I'm having to go to a tanning bed. Even though tanning beds are terrible for you, I do need the vitamin D, so I go for about 10 minutes at a time to try to get some sun exposure. Also, chiropractic and massage therapy care are two important things that I think people with MS need to consider doing. Um, and then all this leads to staying productive. That's your goal. Your goal is to stay productive because that will help you fight this disease mentally. And that's just as big a fight as that mental fight. Now, this can get expensive. I probably spend about a little over $200 a month with all this stuff, trying to keep up my care. And that's with my wife being a massage therapist, where she gives me the massages. So, it can get expensive trying to keep up your health. But you have to weigh that too, the cost. And plus, right now I'm actually on disability, but if you were like me, you don't get a whole lot from disability because you worked part-time for so many years. You had no idea what was wrong with you. You just knew that you weren't able to hold down a full-time job because it was too tiring for you. You had to cut back your hours all the time. So that's part that stinks. But you know what? I'm not going to complain about the government helping me out there. I mean, I'm so thankful that they do. I'm not going to complain about the amount, because if they didn't do that, I'd be really, really in trouble. So give me some time to compile all this information, and you can look for this new video series pretty soon. I've got some of them that are already in my mind, pretty much how I'm going to lay them out. But anyway, that's my update, and thank you for watching.